What's up, man? Yeah, we are back again. We back again with another one of these great episodes. And I'm just gonna tell you, I'm gonna give you a quick rundown. It's a lot of basketball entertainment. It's a lot of basketball, just period playoffs. What we talking about, rumors, things like that. Just certain things that just popped out this past weekend since I dropped my last episode. And LeBron James, Kyrie Irving. LeBron is back at it again. This time it's Kyrie Irving. They're like tag teaming the news, and the media is going crazy this morning just on some are you serious type stuff. And let's just go to the show. Let's just get right into it.
Pressure, pressure, apply pressure, 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 apply pressure, 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 apply pressure, 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 apply pressure.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Too Small to Ball. I'm your host, Taquan Black, and yes, I'm back, and we are here on this lovely, beautiful Monday, and we are grateful to talk about basketball today. Over the weekend, last night, if you watched the game, Miami versus the Nuggets, I actually sat there, and I saw the tone was just different. I told y'all I want Miami to win in 6, and I thought they were going to steal game 1 because I remember saying that. But game 2, I predicted that I wanted them to win this one too. I expected these dudes to reply the way they did, respond the way they did, and it was just a great outing for them. Like, I always put it in perspective like this. If you are considered an underdog, which these guys have 7 men that have been undrafted, period, that's getting tick in these finals, like, it's crazy. And they're performing. They're not underperforming, they're performing. Some of them are even carrying some of Jimmy Butler's load during these finals, because the last time we saw Hemi buckets was 7 games ago, and ever since then it's been the others. You call them role players, you call them others, you call it supporting cast, whatever you want to call it, but these dudes, I call them the underclassmen, because them dudes is actually coming through and they balling out of control. Gabe Vincent, Duncan Robertson. You got a bunch of people that's just it's just beautiful basketball, man. This is the type of thing you need. Like, you don't expect everybody's like, oh, you need a star for this, you need a star for that. Jimmy needs some help. I was one of them that said Jimmy might need some help. I'm looking around because Tyler Hero, he has not been playing since the first round against the Bucks. First game, he broke his hand. Y'all know, so he's expected maybe it's a question mark to play for game 3 that's coming up this Thursday. We're gonna see. It's gonna be exciting because I'm really like rooting for him to come back and perform, because they need that extra 20 points, because at the end of the day, what if the others aren't hitting? You have Max Strus. He went 0-10 game 1, came back game 2 and gave him out the gate. First half he went like 4 for 7, which is crazy. He came through. Usually being an undrafted player or something like that, or even missing shots, you don't even got to be undrafted. Shout out KCP. But if you're missing shots the first game, shout out to D-Lo too. If you miss shots the first game, how many players do you see actually respond to come back and be that confident? Unless you Kobe Bryant, unless you Michael Jordan, unless you Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. It's a few, but those are superstars. You're expecting them to have a better performance the next game because they're professional and they're superstars. They're the ones that run a team. They is the team, the plays around them, so they can get off, and get going. You do not expect role players to respond like they did. They had a terrible shooting game 1, and they come back game 2, and it's just like I believe they shot like 39% from the 3. That's crazy. That's like night and day from game 1, and they outscored the Nuggets. The game ended up being 111-108. It was a very exciting game. I didn't know what to expect, but the first quarter kind of set the tone for me. Just sitting back and looking at it, I was like, damn, they actually, I had walked back to my kitchen real quick to go grab something. I think I was gone for a couple minutes. I come back, and then I'm looking at the score in the first quarter, and it was just like, I believe they were up by 10, and I was like, wait, do I hear a commercial? It was like 4-12 or some crazy number like that, and I'm just looking around at myself like, okay, maybe they can get somewhere with this. Obviously the Nuggets, they're at home, so they made a run, went up by 15. Jokic came through, did his thing. I think he ended up with like 35 points with 3 to 4 assists. I want to be correct on that, which is what I've been trying to preach when my team was around. They were supposed to shut off one thing. Don't let him do everything. And Miami, with the coach, I can't really blame Darvin Ham for that because he is a rookie coach. But we know Spoelstra was going to come through. Jimmy Butler stepped up and locked up Jamal Murray. Everything else was just history. KCP didn't show up. Hint why he on another team. He was on our team. It happens. So the others really didn't show up for Jokic like that. It got to a point where he really tried to carry them and, really, which he did good because they didn't get blown out. They only lost by 3. It was 108 to 111. So he did enough. He just needed somebody else to show up, and it would have put, a hole in Miami, 0-2, going back home. So with it being tied and even like this, going back home to Miami, which we know they rock down there, like they gonna go crazy. You got the whole like celebrity row, we call it, because the celebs is flying out there to go see that game. Hell, Lil Wayne was in the Nuggets. Over there, he was up there in Colorado. I didn't even know that till I woke up this morning and I looked. I said, wait a minute. They had a little screenshot of him, and it was him right there just peeking his head out like this. And I was, and he was there, and I was like, oh, wow, okay. So, all right, so people willing to travel to go see these games. My prediction for game 3 is simple. You already know what I'm going to say. I believe the Heat going to win this next 2 games just because I feel like they found something. Eric Spoelstra actually started Kevin Love in game 2 because when I saw game 1, I knew it was going to be a problem. I knew how the hell do you have Gabe Vincent guarding Aaron Gordon? Ain't no way you should put a dude that's like 6'2" on a dude that's about 6'8", 6'10", or whatever. And that's what you did. And then he's way more stockier. He was pushing them and doing all that. And that's why he had a great game. So when he inserted Kevin Love, now you have an extra body to go against Bam. And you got Jimmy Butler, who's a bigger body, small forward, but he's tough. Ain't nobody getting past him like that. That's the gift that he has, is like if he's not scoring, because we know he came into the league as a defender in the first place. So he developed them jump shots. People don't remember that though, but he developed those. You can hang your hat on a defensive end, and that's why people's like, why is Jimmy underperforming? We can't really say he's underperforming because just because he scored 21 points last night, he still held Jamal Murray to about 18 points last night. So you got to put those in perspective of who really, he gave the effort. That's if you guys see Jimmy Hemi buckets come out, it's a problem, obviously, because now you got a defender and a scorer. But if you get a defending Jimmy Butler where he's really aggressive and he's really like bumping you and pushing you around, it's going to be hard to score. And that's just what it is. So people was giving him a hard time. But me, I was just like, look, if he give you 20, you lucky. He give you 50, it's a problem. We can live with that. We can live with Jimmy playing defense on Jamal Murray because that's aggressiveness is what I've been talking about. Toughness is what I've been talking about. You put pressure and toughness on these Nuggets, they gonna fold. That's just what happens in this game. It happens a lot. It's not a bad fold. It's expected. It is what it is. They folded a little bit. Jokic still played. He tried. They was missing shots. He tried. So shout out to that. But it was a great game. I'm expecting, game 3 to be a little bit better in the sense because I know Jamal Murray's going to perform. He's one player in the playoffs that actually, next to Jokic, that actually goes to the opposing team's house and actually performs and give you that 30 piece real quick. So look out for that for game 3. And it's a lot of things. It's going to be very exciting. I can't wait. Stay tuned for that, y'all. Anyways, we going to get into the real news that everybody already talking about. No offense to the finals, but we know that's not the news that everybody care about. The news is still been the news for the past week and a half. LeBron James over here flirting with the idea of retiring after it already came out saying that he's not going to retire. Then you got Kyrie Irving wanting to say something this morning or last night. A source came out saying that Kyrie Irving is trying to pitch LeBron to come to Dallas. Now, we going to break this down real quick and real smooth. Maybe not real quick, but it's going to get real smooth. Listen, it does not make no sense that LeBron James will go down to Dallas. First, He came all the way out here to LA. He already had started his little production thing going. He got that. You got Space Jam 2 out there. You got other projects he's already got his hand in. And then on top of that, his son just graduated high school. He committed to USC, which is in LA. He could have went anywhere else in the United States. Hell, he could have went overseas, but he decided to stay in California, Southern California, and go to USC. Now, my speculation on that is obvious. He had influenced his son to be able to be like, okay, I'm going to stay at USC, Dad. Be closer to you. That way you can go to my games. That way we don't have to, miss games, because we know LeBron going to be there every Saturday or whatever days they play throughout the year. It does not make sense that he will go to Dallas. For what? There's nothing there. There's Luka, which I don't think Luka's going to stay. If Kyrie ends up leaving Dallas, I think Luka's going to request a trade. And that's going to shake up the NBA, because everybody's sitting back talking about there's 3 to 4 superstars who's going to shake up the NBA within the next 2 years. And I believe that Luka's going to be the number one to jump up and do it, because you already got Trae Young already looking around. Then you got Jaylen Brown who's looking around. Then you got Giannis. And those are my top 3. And then on top of that, I believe that's 4. Embiid, don't count him out, because if Harden leaves him, he done already tried it with 76ers. He already went through, this is 3rd coach since he been there. So it's going to be crazy. Going back to Kyrie Irving and LeBron James, though, LeBron James is a mastermind, man. He over here got the media over here dancing like a circus. They don't even know. They be talking about one thing and they be like, oh snap, this just reported. Kyrie Irving said he's trying to get LeBron James to Dallas and to build whatever they're trying to build down there. Really? Y'all really believe he's trying to get LeBron James to Dallas? I just think in my brain, because this is Too Small to Ball, this is a podcast, this is where we talk about speculations and rumors and news or whatever it is. So in my brain, I was saying Kyrie Irving or whoever wrote that or whoever said that is just trying to, shake up the idea, because there's a lot of talk about him coming to LA. Now, if I'm Kyrie Irving and I'm like, okay, well, I really don't want to be in Dallas. There's nothing here for me. My house is in LA, so I don't want to look like I'm leaving them without nothing. So let me just make it seem like I'm actually trying to get LeBron James here. So that way we put that report out there. And then if I leave Dallas, or when I leave Dallas to go play elsewhere, I can be like, look, I tried to recruit people. Nobody wanted to come here. Y'all see me. I told y'all I tried to get the top dude in the NBA, LeBron James, to come down here. He don't want to come here. Now he got an escape plan, so he can be like, look, I'm out. Sorry, Mark Cuban, peace out, Luka, blah, blah, blah. See you on the court. However that goes, he can just feel free and go back to LA. Now, this is my biased opinion. He can come here and sign his little discount, because he don't need to take a discount. I don't care what anybody says. If basketball's not your number one option, he got to take a discount. And if you really want to win and play with LeBron James and have him go out with a bang, right, rather it's a chip or not, which us Laker fans, we want a chip next year. That's what we want. So if you planning to do all this stuff like that, and LeBron, he's the puppet master with the media and everything else, it's easier to say you tried to Dallas and brush it off your shoulder and be like, yeah, I'm down here. I'm back up here in LA. Let me get a little discount. You got to get a hometown discount because your house is here. That's what we want. Fans, we do not want to do no more signing trades. No, we're not doing that. We already done gave up too much for that. So we're not doing that. I'm keeping my core. I'm keeping Rui. I'm keeping Austin Reeves, who's going to probably get like 80 million. He don't look like the selfish type, so he might take like 70 million. I mean, I could see that. That way they can spread the wealth a little bit. And we'll tell Austin Reeves, look, we get you next time. You can sign him for a 2-year, I don't know, and give him half of that, 30, and be like, look, let's just bring in some people. Hold on, listen to me. Let's get some people up in here that's gonna help us. That way we can have a full team and you can still be here. And in 2 years or a year or whatever, we can talk about an extension and you're gonna get that for, that max. We're gonna give it to you. Same thing with Rui. I see the same situation. You could split those two and bring them in here because they did perform, and you could just keep the bench that we had. Like, because I'm really a fan of Vando, but I'm also hearing that Bobby Portis wants to come and play for Darvin Ham. Now, to me, Vando is younger than Bobby, right? But it's not that much of a difference. But like I said, what was missing during these playoffs was toughness. We needed toughness, and Bobby would bring that kind of toughness. I was just telling homie, I was like, do you really think if we had Bobby Portis here, that Jamal Murray and the Desmond Baines and the Ja Morants and even the Jeff Greens would sit there and talk the way they was talking to the Lakers players like that? Absolutely not, because Bobby Portis is a tough guy, and he's not a fake tough guy. We seen him. Them eyes is real. He just doing that all day. You know he crazy. But he does possess a 3-point shot that I was saying was lacking for the Lakers. Now imagine if you have Bobby in that corner, them shots that Vandal was taking during these playoffs that he was missing. He was hitting some, but not enough. But he was missing, and he still brings the defensive edge as well. Now, I think Vandal's quicker on his feet as far as being able to guard smaller guards and whatnot, but he just wasn't tough enough. And if it's not that, then it's the offense that was lacking. And I was saying, if Vandal develops a jump shot, which he has to fix his whole form, because I don't know what the heck that is, but he would have to feel handy. He would have to go up in there and go help him with his jump shot like he helped Rui, but it was easier because Rui was just shooting them too flat. He wasn't reaching for the cookies at the top. I'm assuming that if he was to do that this offseason and show that he has a shot going into next season, but we would never know. If Bobby's willing to take less, like I keep saying, because Golden State was pitching to everybody. Obviously, they're a proven champion, so they can go into the free market and be like, look, if you take this much, we can bring this here. If you that's how we stay afloat and being talked about every year, So the Lakers have not done that yet, and understanding that you got LeBron and AD who's getting the big bucks, and AD's due for a 100 plus million extension by August or something crazy like that. But even then, I'm hoping AD even thinks like, let's build this championship team and let's really go and get it, because we do not need to get set back by doing a sign and trade. I'm anti sign and trades for the Lakers forever. It don't make no sense to me to do them anymore, because it's always the Lakers, always. Everybody else could get asked for somebody and they get peanuts and little whatever. But when it comes to us, they want the bag. They want the picks. They want the whole like farm, our whole starting five and this 6-man for us to get that one player back. Now we're back here looking around at each other like, we gonna go to the G League? No. So, and I don't think we should get rid of that 17th pick, because there's some dudes that's up there, and I'm just gonna save that for the next episode, because we're gonna break that draft down, and it's right around the corner. It's coming up quick. So we're gonna break that down, and we're gonna see what the Lakers can get out of that 17th pick this year. But going back to LeBron James and Kyrie, LeBron needs, I'm pretty sure behind the scenes, he's talking to him. He's telling him, you got to come up here. It's been reported the Lakers even was paying Kyrie Irving these tickets to come sit courtside. And people's like, them tickets was hot, so there's no way you couldn't even get them unless you got them from the Lakers. And that's what he was getting catered to during the whole playoffs. I mean, is that tampering? Don't be surprised if y'all see the tampering pop up saying that, oh, well, he was courtside. Lakers obviously bought the tickets for him, because they can pull that on this. They can be like he was tampering. So we're going to see how that goes, man. That's huge. That's probably one of the top stories of the offseason, even though we ain't even start the offseason, because we still in the playoffs. But ain't nobody really paying attention to these playoffs. They all worried about LeBron James and Kyrie Irving over here pulling these strings in the media. You know how it goes. We got a lot of other things that have been happening. We got the coaches hiring. So we didn't even get in. The media ain't really like shine light on that too much. Y'all seen Monty Williams sign a 6-year deal for $80 million to coach Detroit Pistons. And he said he was going to take a year off to test the market, but he actually took the job. So he didn't really want the job, but he realized, it's a development process. And I was telling people, now with Detroit and these picks and these young guys and Monty's system, don't be surprised if they are playing team next year. That's why I give them. They ceiling. They a play-in team. I didn't say playoff team. I said a play-in team. Are even close. They're going to have a better record under Monty. I believe it. I know it. I believe it. And then you have Nick Nurse signing on to be the 76ers coach. That's another one of those. We going to see how that happens. We're going to see if Joel Embiid is willing to work that out or whatnot. And you got the other one in Phoenix. You got Frank Vogel, who was a Lakers coach, championship coach. He know how to do it, but they don't have no bench. So you can bring Vogel in all you want to. They do not have a bench. They need some bench players. They need some free agents that want to go over there and play under KD and Booker. That's all they're missing. Shout out to the coaches bouncing back. I'm still waiting to see if Bud gets offered. I don't know if he took one, because I know he was dealing with a lot of family issues or whatnot. So that's still news that's lurking around and moving around. So we're gonna see how that goes and figure out where he lands. You know, I thought he might land on the Celtics, but we heard they're actually keeping Joe Mazzulla. You know, and Sam Cassell's joining his roster. It's rumored Rondo might be coming to the bench and joining the roster as well. I wish Rondo would come to the Lakers roster because we need that kind of toughness. We need somebody to snap on somebody, you know. So that's all of it in the wrap, man. And we're going to see how this week pans out. If any breaking news pop off, y'all already know I'm here. I'm going to jump on here and I'm going to give it to y'all. I'm going to give it to y'all real quick, give it to y'all whatever it is. But like I always say, make sure y'all like and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. And remember, stay small, y'all. We out.
Pressure, pressure, apply pressure, 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 apply pressure, 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 apply pressure, 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 apply pressure.